on, guys? JW Sports Talk Show back again with another live stream. So let's just get into some of the things I want to talk about. We'll start talking about some things. Wait for some people to come in. If anybody comes in, if we get done with these topics, no one's here. We'll relax. Wait a few minutes, see if anyone joins. If not, that'll be it. But I just want to get started talking about it. So first, I want to talk about some of the tenders and some of the re-signings that the Indianapolis Colts have done so far this offseason. So Colts that we tendered was Zach Pascal, Mo Alley Cox, and George Odom. Three very solid players. Zach Pascal, a great depth wide receiver, an awesome number two, an awesome number three receiver, an awesome receiver that has been very solid for us. He's been very solid. And I'm excited that he's coming back because if he was going to leave too, that was going to leave definitely some need at wide receiver. There's already a little bit there just because of Paris Campbell's uncertainty. But I I really like Zach Pascal coming back, as most of y'all probably do. And then our second one is Mo Alley Cox. I'm happy to get Mo Alley Cox back because dude is an awesome tight end. I don't think Frank Reich used him enough last season. Whenever he was out there, he was making plays. He was making good plays. He did have that one fumble versus Green Bay, which was kind of sucked. And one of the bigger games he's played, and he's had that hiccup, which sucked. But other than that, in that playoff game, he was solid. He had a few very solid catches. He had one catch where he caught up over someone. Great player, great hands. He's great route running. He's decent at blocking. Very solid head end. I'm happy to get him back. And then our third one is George Odom, an amazing depth piece in the secondary, amazing depth safety. Um, but he's mostly here for special teams. He's an amazing special teams player. And he was an all-pro for that last year, and it showed that he was an amazing running gunner on special teams. He was amazing, and he made the all-pro because of that. So that was good by him. It was awesome by him. So those are three extremely solid people that we brought back. We have two more that we have to go through. We have Xavier Rhodes is coming back on a 1-year, $6 million deal. I think this was a very solid deal for the Colts as well because Xavier Rhodes is an extremely solid player. And last year, he was our number one corner, number one boundary corner by far because Rocky Sin, we know Rocky Sin has been fairly inconsistent. He hasn't been the best for us. He's been very inconsistent. A few games where he really struggles big time, and I guess it's good that we definitely got Xavier Rhodes back because that was a concern for me going to offseason that if we weren't going to get Xavier back, we were still going to have some holes, still going to have even more things to cover in the draft, offseason, etc. So happy to get him back big time because I think that was cheaper than what he wanted. I think he wanted upwards of 10, 11 million, which is quite a bit, but very solid corner that we got back for cheap. I think 6 million is cheap for the type of player he was. After all, PFF ranked him the number 8 cornerback last season, so that was awesome. Then we have the Colts re-sign Marlon Mack on a 1-year, $2 million deal. This was another amazing deal. That was just amazing. It was awesome because we seen what Marlon Mack was capable of. His first few seasons, he was one of the better. He was a very solid back. And then we all remember when he stiff armed Jadeveon Clowney into the arm, into the dirt. That was amazing. That was nice. And then the next season when Andrew Luck came back, Marlon Mack was a very good back. And then when all that happened with Andrew Luck, he was such an amazing back for us that season. He was so good. That old line could also help him, but his ball carrying vision is amazing. He knows when a hole is about to open up. He knows. His elite instincts for a running back is amazing. He's a very good back. I think he's a bit underrated, but 1 year, 2 million. I think he's basically coming back to up his value for next year. I believe that's what he's doing, so he could cash in for a bigger payday. I could see that being why he's coming back for cheap. So our running back group is looking scary. We're gonna have Jonathan Taylor, Marlon Mack, and Naheem Hines. As I talked in another video, as you guys gave so much love to that video is doing amazing. I appreciate it. It's almost got like 200 views. So that video was amazing. Happy you guys enjoyed that video. But yeah, we have Jonathan Taylor. He's very fast. Very fast. He can catch out of the backfield and he can run hard. I think he's a very solid back. I think he's a top 10 back. Now, is Marlon Mack a top 10 back? Borderline. When he was healthy, I'd say borderline top 10. An amazing back, amazing ball carrier vision. I think he's a very solid back. So I'm happy with Marlon Mack returning. And then you have Naheem Hines. He can catch the ball in the backfield. He's an electric playmaker. He's one of those players you just get the ball in his hands and he makes something happen. That's the kind of player he is. That's the kind of player we want Paris Campbell to be, and we know he could be, but the problems with his injuries is kind of holding him back. They'll have the one lone free agent signing that the Colts have made this offseason in Isaac Rochelle. Isaac Rochelle, in his first 4 seasons, had 9.5 sacks over 4 seasons. Now, credit to Bring the Juice. They pointed this out first. I think it was Bring the Juice. It was either Bring the Juice, Colts Law, or Colts Talk that said this. I don't remember which one, but credit to whoever said this. This is not from me, not my idea, but he was very similar to Autry when he was with the Raiders. He only has 1 sack less than what he had. So, and plus Isaac Rochelle is younger, so he has a higher ceiling. He could be a better player. He has a higher ceiling, like I said. And as we saw with Autry, he was a great player for us. He was a very good player for us. The only problem with Autry was he was inconsistent, which was most of our defensive line last year. Defensive line was very inconsistent. It was just like at times we'd have people who would get 2 sacks who will always be at the quarterback all game long who will have a crazy game. And then you won't hear from them for 2 or 3 games, 1 or 2 games. That's not what you want. You want consistency. You want consistency wherever you are in the field. You don't want to be great one game and then struggle the next 2 games. If you're in the playoffs, that's going to bite you. You have to stay consistent because it's one and done in the playoffs, as we all know. Have to stay consistent. Have to be consistent every game. Very difficult. Much easier said than done. But that's what we need to get done. That's what we need to get done in the line. Now, that brings me to Kemoko Turay. I think Kemoko Turay is a very, very solid end. The thing is with Kemoko Turay is he had that injury that set him back. In that Chiefs game is when he suffered that Achilles tear. I think it was an Achilles, something like that. And in that game, he was in the backfield almost every play. He was pressuring Mahomes almost every play. But he was really getting at Mahomes and pressuring him, as we've seen. He was like it was every play he was coming around off the edge and chasing Mahomes. Once that Achilles tear hit, it sucked because he was starting to have a breakout year. Even before that game, he was being solid. He was being fairly consistent. Now, it was like 5 or 6 games. Granted, still, he was pretty decent. So it kind of sucks to see that he got hurt because he was really showing that he was really developing into his own and a very solid, consistent starter. But the injury really set him back, and when he returned later in the year, I didn't see much of him. I didn't see him making many plays. Now, a lot of people are going to bash him for the Buffalo game. You can't bash him for that. I mean, you could. Yes, it's a critical moment, a big moment in the game. But he's a young player. He's going to learn. Going to make mistakes. Every player makes mistakes. Veteran, rookie, or not. Rookie or not, they're going to make mistakes, and they're going to have those bad games. Now, it was kind of the worst game for him to do that in. But he's going to learn from it. He's going to learn from it, and he's going to improve his game off of that. So, I think he will get better next year. I'm hoping he does. I think he could really be a solid player. The injury just killed him. And then you have Ben Banigou. I didn't see much of Ben Banigou at all. I don't know. Not really greatest of second round picks. Could have been a better second round pick, but he's still young. Can still develop. He's still unknown, which is our problem at D line. But outside of DeForest Buckner and outside of Grover Stewart, the, basically the ends wildly inconsistent. Al-Qadim Muhammad, inconsistent. He'll have 1 or 2 sacks in a game, and then you won't hear from him for 2 or 3 games. Solid rotational piece, but not a great starter. Ben Banigou, honestly, haven't heard anything from him. I think he had a sack or two last year, not a lot though. He wasn't electric, he wasn't anything crazy, but he did have a sack or two. He did get in there a few times. All guys. Um. So yeah. Um. Justin Houston, he was the same exact way. You have 2 sacks a game. He would be in the backfield almost every play. Every other play, he'd be making a big play, and then you don't hear from him for 2 or 3 games. That's the problem with some of these guys. Don't get me wrong, I really like Houston. I really like Justin Houston. I love how he pumps up the defense before every game. I love it. But the dude's not consistent enough. Like I said, he has a game, 1 or 2 sacks. 2 sacks usually. He has really good games when he's on, he's on. He could really get back there and wreak havoc. When he's off for a while. And he doesn't turn back on consistently enough. So I think it's okay to let him go. Even though that presence, that veteran presence on the edge is priceless. And not priceless, you could always go out and sign someone. That's another vet. It's decent. But I think we really need to step up on the edge. I don't know if we're gonna draft one. I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna do there, but I guess we will see as time goes on. And then we have corners. Like I said, like I talked about in Rockison, we were signing Xavier Rhodes. Then we have Kenny Moore. We have 2 very solid corners for next year. Now Xavier Rhodes be as good as he was last year. I don't know. That could have been his last. That could have been all the tank in the gas. It could have been. I'm really hoping it's not, because otherwise we may be in trouble in the secondary wise. Because as we talked about, Rakitic, very inconsistent. He cannot hold his own anymore at times. I know corner is one of the hard positions to learn, but he's really got to prove it next year that he can stay consistent, that he could become a decent corner. If not, then I don't think he will become a decent corner, because it's his prove it year. I really believe it's Rakitic's prove it year. I guess we will see what he proves. If he proves he still can't hold his own, I mean, especially holding the number 2 receiver most of the season. Xavier Rhodes always being on number 1 most of the time. I mean, yeah, he did struggle on um Devontae Adams a few times. He was on Devontae Adams a few times. I don't know. I don't know. Corner is a little weird right now. I guess we'll see what goes on with that, but I'm happy Xavier's back. Happy we got Kenny. We all know he's an amazing player, amazing slot corner, that amazing one-handed in he had over Darren Waller. Amazing play. It was an amazing play. So, what else? We'll go into safeties now. Safeties were solid. Um, Safeties were very solid last year. Julian Blackman came in after Malik Hooker had an Achilles tear, and Julian Blackman played really well. Um, until midseason, he did start to struggle. He did start to struggle towards the end of the season. He started to struggle a little more, but he was still very solid, very solid. Curry Willis, great safety. I think he's one of the more underrated safeties in the league. Very solid safety last year. Very solid. I don't think he missed one tackle. I wouldn't be surprised if he told me he didn't miss one tackle. He's just a sure tackler, and he's not scared to hit you. He'll come up and hit you hard. He'll let you know he's there. So, and then we had Tavon Wilson, but he's now a free agent. I'm okay to see him go because Tavon Wilson, he did have some bad plays with us, but hey, he's a backup. We can't expect him to do anything crazy. Legendary Logan, what's up, man? First one in here. I've been talking to myself for the past 15 minutes. I've just been talking about Colts, some of the resignings and the tenders with Zach Pascal, Molly Cox, a few other things. So basically, Isaac Rochelle, a few of the people we resigned and such. I'm very happy to get Zach back. Very happy to get Mo back. I'm happy to get all those guys back, big time. Don't know why I'm yawning so much, but apologize. Okay, never mind. Who is my favorite player? I'm gonna go T.Y. Hilton. T.Y. Hilton is my favorite player. Um, just he's the only player left since I've been a fan. This is about the 10th year I'm gonna be a fan. This is gonna be the 10th year I'm being a fan, so kind of sucks to see him go. But hey, football, man, gotta it's next man up, right? Um, I'm a little bit emotionally attached to Ty. It's gonna suck when he leaves, but gotta move on, right? It's football. Michael Pittman's. I mean, who knows? He could still come back. It's possible he could still come back. He hasn't. Has he signed with anyone? No, he hasn't. He hasn't signed with anyone. I would have known. It's gonna really suck if he does leave. If he does go to Green Bay or Miami, it's gonna suck because I love Ty to death, and and it will suck. So if you have any questions about the Colts, anybody else, any other teams, any questions at all, ask away. Ask away. I love just talking about football. Have to go for a minute, but I will be back super soon. Okay, bro. Okay. Super Bowl this upcoming season. I don't know. I don't know. I'd like to say yes, but I think we have too many questions right now. Um, I think Rakusin is one of them. Rakusin has to step up. He has to show that he can become a consistent corner and at least cover the number two guy. Because with Xavier returning, hopefully he was as good as he was last year. He will most likely become the number one most of the time. But we have to address left tackle in the first round, I believe. Now, a Ballard move would be to trade back. As we all know, Ballard loves to trade back and he loves to get more picks. But I really think this is something not to mess around with. We need to draft a left tackle. Either it's like Elijah Vera Tucker, if it's Christian Darrisaw, which I love Christian Darrisaw. I want Christian Darrisaw, probably saying it wrong, so bad, but I don't know if he's going to drop to us. But even if a tackle doesn't drop to us that Ballard doesn't like, then you should draft an edge, I believe. I don't think receiver as much as in need as some are saying. I think we have decent receivers, and Michael Harris is coming back as well. Michael Pittman seemed like he was poised to become the number one receiver in Buffalo last season. He really stepped up to the plate and had a great game for us. He had some big catches in that game, big first downs, and I really think Pittman could become that number one. Now Paris Campbell, I don't know what that was, but I think Paris Campbell can become the number two. That's that that's if he could stay healthy. Now it was bad luck the two last seasons with him getting hurt, but we all know he can be an electric player. The game he got hurt versus the Pittsburgh Steelers, where he came back because he was hurt before that, he was a very, very solid weapon in that Pittsburgh Steelers game. Not this last year. The year before that, it was when Brissett was playing. They were doing end arounds and they were doing all this different stuff with him. That he had like a great game versus one of the best defenses in the league. And that game, we saw the potential in that game of what he could be. He just has to stay healthy to be that. And then we have Zach Pascal. I'm happy Zach Pascal is coming back because Zach Pascal is an extremely solid number two and number three guy. I don't think Zach Pascal is number one, but I think he's an extremely solid number two, number three. Great depth, great, great receiver for number two, number one, or not, number three. I mean, I've been getting better at my stuttering, but still hasn't been the best. But I think we still have some needs that we need to address before we can say we're Super Bowl teams. We're a Super Bowl team. And plus Wentz. We don't know about Wentz. We don't know if he's not going to return to form. That's always a possibility. I know it sucks that it could happen. I'm saying that, but it's the truth. It's possible that he doesn't return to form. But I find it hard to believe that he won't get at least a little bit better with the O-line he's going to have. His old coach and Frank Reich. As I watched the press conference the other day, he seemed excited. He seemed different from the Philly press conferences where after the games he seemed so like dreary and just I don't know, he just didn't seem happy, but I mean, I guess whatever happened over there in Philly, why would he? Um we don't really know what happened, but we have an idea of what maybe happened. But I guess we will see. If Wentz is decent, I think we could be I think we could make a deep playoff run, but it also depends. Because even if we draft a left tackle, the left tackle is you don't know if he's gonna if he's gonna perform right when he steps in. It's rough. We do have some bigger needs, and it sucks what the Niners do with Trent Williams. Man, they paid him so much. I am so happy we did not pay Trent Williams that much money. That was an insane amount of money. What was it? 6 years, 138 million? No, no, I'm good. I'm good. I would have been okay with the 1 year, 23 million because there's no long term repercussions in that contract. You know what I mean? Because that will just go away next year. We'll get that 20 mil back next year for Nelson, for Leonard, for Smith. We would get that back in time to re-sign them. So I would have been okay with the 1 year, but not a 6 year, $138 million contract. No. And he's like 33. I don't know. Oh wait, I have to answer that. My bad, man. Think Brissett will start over Tua? I don't think so. I don't think Brissett is going to start over Tua. I think Brissett is going to be a backup. But I guess I could see Flores having a QB competition there, and I was surprised because I thought Brissett was going to go a place where he was going to be able to start. But I guess yeah, he's going to have the quarterback competition over Miami with Tua. But I truly think Miami has their sights set on Tua starting. Um, Brissett is a very solid backup, as we know, one of the better backups in the league. Not the greatest of starters, but I guess we'll see what he does with Miami if he wins that battle and becomes a decent quarterback. I guess we will see. Only time will tell. Only time will tell. Think Eason will have snaps next season? I hope not. I hope not. If all goes well, no. If all goes well, but if crap hits the fan, Wentz keeps playing like crap, do they bench him or do they keep with him while he's playing with crap and stick through it like they did with Rivers last year? Because after that Cleveland Browns game, I definitely had my doubts because he threw like two pick sixes in that game. That was the game Isaiah Rodgers returned the kick and we had a chance to really crawl back into it, but Rivers just kind of had this like I don't know, but so like would we stick to Carson Wentz through the hard times? I think for an extended period of time, it's tough. I don't know. I hope Eason doesn't get snaps because if all pans out well, he won't. Wentz won't get hurt. Wentz plays fairly decent at least. I hope not. I hope not. But is it a possibility? Yes, it is because of Carson Wentz's injury. His injury prone. It's very possible he can get hurt and Eason will step in. No, I hope that doesn't happen, but it's possible. It's possible. Think we beat Buffalo? I think so. I think, but then that kind of goes back to the Super Bowl question because Buffalo is going to be a contender next year. So I think if we can beat Buffalo, we would be a contender. I would rather lose to Buffalo in the regular season game if we met them in the playoffs again, but I'd rather just win every game. Or just, you know what I mean. I'm trying to say, like, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. But I think we can't possibly beat Buffalo. It's just going to be difficult. It's just going to be difficult. Very difficult. Because as we've seen last season, Buffalo's no joke. And they're only going to get better. They're only going to get better. What's up, man? You're back? What's up? Should we draft a corner at 21 instead of a tackle? No. I don't think so because I think corner we can. Oh, that's right. Marvel Tell is expected to maybe come back next season. And when Isaiah Rodgers stepped in the Buffalo game, he seemed decent. Granted, it was 2 snaps. He's barely played corner in the NFL. He really hasn't besides that. So, I don't think we need to draft a corner early, anyways. I think maybe later on we can maybe draft a corner for depth possibly because we know cornerback depth is terrible as well. Um, but with Marvel Tell coming back, maybe Isaiah Rodgers continues to build off of what he did last year. If he could be a solid corner, if he could build upon what he showed in that Buffalo game, I know it was a very small sample size, very small, but from that very small sample size, he really showed he can possibly be something special. That would be amazing, but I don't know. Should we draft a corner? I just read that, but I would say no. I'd rather draft a left tackle. I think Xavier Rhodes will be okay. Bearing any injuries, I think Rock is okay at number 2. I don't love it right now, but gotta give him a chance. Gotta let him keep trying to grow. This is his prove it year though, but I say no. I'd rather draft a left tackle. Like something. Just figure it out, my friends. I'm not gonna say that. I don't know if I can say it on YouTube without getting in trouble, but sorry, brother. Sorry. If you need to talk on like Instagram or something, I could put my Instagram. You could talk or whatever. I understand it's a rough time. Best of luck to your friend and you. I hope you guys stay strong. Stay strong. That's all I can say. Stay strong. Sorry to hear that, man. But praise the Lord every day. Who should get paid more, Big Q or Darius? That's a tough one because Big Q, he's an amazing, amazing guard, as we know. He is incredibly talented. He's amazing. He's a once in a lifetime tackle, generational talent at tackle. But do you pay a pay a guard $25 million a year? Because of likes, he's gonna want something like that. Maybe if not that much, maybe low 20s, maybe 23. Yeah, it's still a lot, but do you pay that much for a guard? He's a generational guy, but you're gonna go back and forth. But would you? But then Darius, I have a feeling Darius is gonna get paid less. I have a feeling Darius Leonard would be that player to take less money, but you don't know. I think he's seen as a player to take less money for a team. Maybe Big Q would too. That'd be awesome. But at the same time, you want to get them the money that they deserve and what they did for your franchise. You don't want to lowball and be a dick. You know, as I say, I don't want to be demonetized. I say that, but you don't want to do that because those players gave their heart and soul to your franchise for how long? Well, 4 years, but still, they're giving their heart and soul and everything, their blood, their sweat, their tears, giving everything into the Colts. So I don't know. I don't know who will get paid, who should get paid more. It's hard to like. I don't know. I don't know. Hey, what's up, Chris Maker? What's up, man? How's your day going? How is all of your guys' day going? I forgot to ask that. My bad. But how are y'all doing? Legendary Logan, I know you may be going through a rough time. Like I said, I hope things get better for you, man. You and your friend. Hugh and Darius are very humble. Yeah, they are. They are. That's what I love about them. I love the way Ballard built the team because like I love every single player. I love every single player. And then it's also awesome because they're like, even if you see a move that you're not crazy about that they first make, it it grows on you because of how trusted these guys are in the franchise. Chris Ballard and Frank Reich, for me, anyways. And I know a lot of people agree with me, but I know there's plenty of people who don't. But I truly love Chris Ballard and Frank Reich. Frank Reich does have some things to work on. I'm not going to deny that. There's some game situations where he could have better personnel out there. There's definitely some times where he could do better with that. But he's a great coach, a great guy that knows how to lead a locker room. That's priceless. That's priceless. But he still has some learning to do. I'm not going to deny that. He still has some learning to do. So doesn't Chris Ballard. Everyone's going to make mistakes and learn off them. So they're only going to get better. Hopefully. Who do you think will get the most snaps between the running backs? I honestly think Jonathan Taylor's still gonna get the most snaps. Now those snaps might dwindle a little bit with Marlon Mack, but I really think they need to have more like two back sets because could you imagine Jonathan Taylor and Marlon Mack in the same backfield? Or imagine somehow, some way. Imagine putting Marlon Mack on the left of once, Jonathan Taylor on the right of once, and then having Naheem Hines in the slot, and then like having a sweep faking it to him, or just sweeping. That's an amazing combo. Like there's so many possibilities. There's unlimited possibilities that we could do with this running back group. As a video I posted already, I don't know if you guys seen it or not, but I really think that this may be the best running back group in the NFL. Who has three running backs that are capable of starting? Maybe other than the 49ers, maybe there are a few teams out there that I just don't know of. But who, I'm sorry if you guys can hear my dogs are outside right now. Beautiful out, but she's still gonna bark. I truly think I don't know. Hopefully it's not like I don't know. I guess we're just gonna have to see. Good day so far at work, halfway done. Okay. I just got done with school. I got done with school just in time to get on here. Now I still have some work to do, but I could always get it finished later. But working, we don't have anyone getting in trouble like some other teams. Exactly, and then some teams not only have players that get in trouble off the field, but are very like choppy on the field. Like if you notice, especially when we played the Steelers, every Steelers game you watch, they're always like getting into fights, getting into scrumbles. They're always getting into these little like nitpicky fights. Like in the Bengals game, the players were getting mad because of they were losing. I don't think the Steelers players are disciplined enough. Now, I'm not the one getting paid millions to coach these guys up and take them to the playoffs. I'm not saying I could do that, but I'm saying I think some of the Steelers players need some discipline. Because whenever you turn on and watch a Steelers game, especially if they're not doing the greatest, you're gonna see fights and you're gonna see scrambles, and Steelers players always seem to be involved with those. Whenever you watch a Steelers game, I don't know if it's just me that sees that. I don't know if it's just me that thinks that, but I don't know. Ballard built a monster foundation team. Every level of the team has a blue chip talent or at least really close. Safety, cornerback, linebacker, D line, O line, wide receiver, tight end, running back. Argue with me. I agree. And what I say to people is that say Chris Ballard is a terrible general manager. There are those people out there that do not think he's a good general manager. I get it. I respect every single opinion. I respect opinions out there. Every single opinion. And I will come to level with you on them. But the one that I have a hard time understanding people is how could you think Chris Ballard is terrible? Some people have the nerve to say Ryan Grigson was better than Chris Ballard. Yeah, yeah. There's just I know you guys are with me in the juice. I know you guys don't really like for the culture that much, but I still watch their videos. I respect them. I don't want to get involved in a fight there though. But like they were talking to Kevin Bowen, I think. I don't remember who it was, but they were trying to say that Ryan Grigson was a better general manager than Chris Ballard. If you look at the record, it just gets me mad talking about that stuff. Like I said, I respect every opinion, but like I honestly I know Chris Ballard is a good general manager. Look at the roster in 2017 when Brissett was starting. Look at the roster there. Now look at the roster 1 year after that. 1 year later, when Chris Ballard had a whole year to build, a whole offseason build. Look at the difference in the roster. Look at the difference. It wasn't in that year that Andrew Luck came back. I'm sorry for mentioning him. The year that he came back, he had a defense. He had a running back. He had receivers were still a little iffy, but we've always struggled with receivers a bit, you know. But he's still decent players around him. He's still an offensive line to protect him. He had a running back to help him out. Frank Gore was okay, but a young running back, cheap running back, a great, not a great defense at the time, but the defense was much better than it has been. But hey, bro, hey, what's up, man? It's been a while. It's been a while. I haven't watched any videos lately. That's my bad, but hey, I believe you're a Giants fan, if I remember. How do you feel about Kenny Galladay? Was a pretty good team, but my Giants can still beat you. Oh, yep. Yeah, I don't know. I think it'd be a very solid game. Coming in here trying to sell me Giants blue over Colts blue. That was Orlovsky, I think, that first said it. Yeah, I think so. I remember watching the Steelers play and thinking to myself, this. Yeah, I try not to disrespect them. I try to respect them, give them the respect they deserve. Obviously, they're athletes. They did so much to get there, but you gotta. I don't know. I don't know. Grigson had a better record, but I will never forgive him. Exactly. Could you imagine? Could you imagine if Chris Ballard was if Chris Ballard was there from the start of Andrew Luck being there? Could you imagine? I honestly would have. If Andrew Luck can bring a team with no defense whatsoever, no line whatsoever, no consistent run game whatsoever, if there even was a run game, dude, the dude had to pick up a fumble and reach over and. Do you guys remember that? That was an awesome moment. I remember that. That was that. Mm, it just brings a smile on my face. But but then do you guys remember when I don't know if you guys remember, but Ryan Grigson, he said, what do you say in one of the press conferences? Now I was extremely young at the time, but I know about this a little more because I really watched so many videos on Andrew Luck and such. I know a lot about the history with that, but I don't really know. I know Colts football decently past on, like Peyton Manning of course, Marvin Harrison of course, Dominic Rhodes of course, all those players, Vic Ballard of course, Johnny Unitas of course, but I don't know like in depth. But the Andrew Luck situation I do. But I remember I remember Grigson saying, "Oh, we just paid Andrew Luck this big contract. You can't expect us to go out and get all these free agents and spend a lot of money." Well, when he was on his 4 year deal, when he was on his rookie deal, what did you do to build around him? What did you do? You drafted a wide receiver in Philip Dorsett. You drafted tackle in Zach Banner. You traded a first round pick for Trent Richardson. Where's the offensive lineman that you put around this guy to protect this guy? I remember Jack Newhart. Do any of you guys remember him? Do any of you guys remember him? Jack Newhart. He was a really good guard for us. I believe Grigson did draft him. He was a really good guard. He was a really underrated guard. But he had like back injuries and everything, and he had to retire early. Sucked that he retired. Could you imagine Jack Newhart with the rest of this whole line? Oh my god, dude. I, I, we would be a powerhouse. I agree. Man, this team would have multiple Super Bowls. That's no lie. I know. I know. Casey Lucky fumble was, yeah, it was. Oh, I remember. Yeah, yeah, me too. I remember him a bit. Speaking facts, guy, hit that like button. Hey, thank you, brother. Thank you. I appreciate all you guys stopping in. I love talking football, but I think we better get off the Andrew Luck thing before we, we go too much on it because he is retired. Got to put that in the past. But sometimes you can't help yourself but go on and rant about it. It happens, you know. Um, but yeah, I appreciate every single one of you. I had so much fun just talking to you guys. It's so much fun. Already on a brother, lol. Got to go track. See you, man. Good luck. Good luck. Have fun. Like I said, good luck with the situation. I hope everything gets better. Go get your mind off things. Have fun running or doing whatever you do at track. Okay, so what else do you guys have questions about? Do you guys have questions about anything? Big Pass Sports Talk. Talk about anything you want. If you want to ask me what I think about the Giants or what I think about any team, you guys ask away. Whatever you guys want. Well, let's talk about how we got the third pick and grabbed Nelson and still managed to get Wentz from that draft. Oh, geez, I didn't. Oh, geez. Geez, that's something. Jeez, that's something. That's something, huh? What's up, Chris Johnson? What's going on, man? How's your day going? What's going on? We just went on a long Andrew Luck rant. Missed it, but it was a good one. That was a good one. That was a good one. And Ryan Grigson, how, all that terrible situation. What do you think Wentz does for you guys? I'm not going to go all out and say he's going to return to MVP form. I'm not going to go right there and say that. I don't know if he's going to return to any type of form. Like I said, there's a chance he doesn't improve, he doesn't get better. But I find it very hard for him not to improve, not to get any better. I think he's going to get better. I think Frank Reich is going to unlock his best play like he did in Philly in that Super Bowl run. Now, what if, I know I'm getting off track here, but if Nick Foles didn't win that Super Bowl and Carson Wentz did, there wouldn't be this big thing with Carson Wentz. He would still be in Philly right now. I truly believe he would not be in Indy right now. So I don't know. Like the years after that, he was still an extremely solid quarterback, but he wasn't the MVP caliber quarterback. But he's still an extremely solid team, or extremely solid guy. He could be. See, I'm all over talking about him because I don't know how to feel about him right now. Like it's. I hope he does. I hope he does. He has all the tools to be a fantastic quarterback with us. He's got Frank Reich. He's got the O line. He's got Michael Pittman Jr. I can't stand how they made such a big deal about the number thing. The media blows everything so much out of proportion. Like I was on Twitter quite a bit for a while, but I'm taking a break from Twitter because of how bad the Twitter media is. Twitter is so bad. Like I Twitter is like the people on it are so negative. It's crazy. Apparently, in 2025, the NFL is going to have every future Super Bowl in Dallas to ensure no team has home field advantage in the Super Bowl. That's weird. Oh, I just got that. Oh, that was good. I think Wentz gives us a Tannehill like consistency with more upside. I agree. Way, way more upside. Yeah, for sure, for sure. He drives where he doesn't need to carry the team constantly. Agreed. Agreed. Um, what do you guys think about Ryan Tannehill? What are your guys' true honest thoughts about the Titans? My honest thoughts, I'm not just saying it because I'm a Colts fan, but I truly think we are the better team right now. I truly think we are the more well built team because you think about it. Who do the Titans have on defense? I mean, yeah, they did sign Danico. They did sign Bud Dupree, but will they thrive? Will Bud Dupree thrive like he did in Pittsburgh? Will he come back from the injury and be the same? We don't know. But if he does, that Titans D line can be scary. That Titans D line can honestly be scary. If Bud Dupree returns to form, Jeffrey Simmons is an extremely, extremely solid defensive tackle. And Danico Autry is pretty good. The problem with Danico Autry is, I don't know if you guys heard me when I was here. I don't know who was here, if you guys were or not, but I'll say it again, that Danico Autry shows up for a game. He has 1 or 2 sacks, 2 sacks. Once, I think he had 3 sacks once. I don't remember, though, maybe 2.5. But, and then he disappears for 2 games. You don't hear from him for 2 games. Is that just me? I think that's just me. I mean, he still put a lot of pressure on the quarterback. So I guess he can't really go off the sacks there, but like the rest of our D line, it seems are inconsistent. It's it's weird how we can sweep the Titans but can't sweep the Jags. Yep. I believe Wright gets them back on track, and he proved he was brains of the Philly run to that Super Bowl. Right, right. That's on losing to Nico to the Titans. I'm not too mad about it because I thought to Nico, how much did he get paid? Let me look it up real fast. See if I can look it up. But I'm gonna talk about it while I'm looking it up. If I could do 2 things at once here. It kind of sucks losing him, especially to a division rival and giving the Titans something that they need. That kind of sucks. But at the same time, I think Isaac Rochelle can be a very decent guy. Let me look this up real fast. Nico Autry contract. Sorry, guys. 3 year, $21 million. So $7 million a year. So I don't know. I guess that was decently cheap. 7 years for a solid guy, an inconsistent guy. Um, but yeah, the Titans' defense is kind of a hot mess outside of the D line. Um, Kevin Byard, I think he took a step back last year. Um, they just released Adoree Jackson. They don't really have a corner outside Desmond King, but Desmond King was fairly inconsistent last year. He had a game where he was decent. I think he had a pick six in his first game. I think it was versus the Jags, if I'm not mistaken. But still, he had a pick six. That's still a great play. That's still a great thing. But outside of that, I mean, that D line could elevate the rest of that defense. As we've seen with Pittsburgh, it elevates everything. But will it be enough? Because their corners are not up to par. Oh yeah, they have Marcus Johnson, I believe too. I believe they assigned Marcus Johnson in terms of trying to replace Corey Davis. So no, Danico legit didn't show up for some. Yeah, that's what I thought. He wasn't consistent. I think we might resign Houston. I won't like Houston, but Houston seems to be the same thing. Houston was a very solid guy. He had his character is priceless though. His veteran leadership is priceless. It's priceless. They have he, as we've seen before every game, especially for that Buffalo game as well. He's always hyping that team up. He's especially defense. He's always hyping that defense up and let them know how much every game means and how important every game, every snap, every minute, every second of that game means. So that's priceless. I think he is a liability in the run game now. He was not good in the run game last year. He wasn't the greatest. Um, I don't think he was. Um, I don't know. I guess we will have to see, but he seems to be inconsistent as well. Oh, missed one by accident. I'll get to that comment in a sec. What do you think about Xavier Rhodes' deal? I'm excited. I'm happy. The only thing that scares me, I know I seem to be negative about some things today, but I feel like it's some true things we have to worry about. Um, Xavier Rhodes, the thing I didn't like about him last year, very great corner. He like seemed to get hurt every game. Is that just me? Like he seemed to be down, like hurting big time, like he was gonna be out the rest of the season a few times. Like it looked like he had a torn ACL a few times, maybe maybe an MCL sprain, as we've seen those have really killed us in the past with Jacoby Brissett. Um, it was just weird seeing him go out like that almost every game. So that kind of takes the aspect of him being reliable, of him being there on like every snap. It's obviously very difficult to be out there every snap, but I don't know. He always seemed to get hurt a bit, and he always seemed to be banged up, which I was not a fan of. I was not a fan of that. Rochelle, I don't know if it's Rochelle, and Atreus have a similar set line. Yeah, I don't know if any of you guys were here, but I was talking about earlier. I'll say it again, but I don't know if it was Bring the Juice, Cold Stalker, Cold's Law. They're talking about him, and they said that he was very similar to Danico Autry as he was coming to the Colts. I think that's what you might be referring to, if I'm not mistaken. I could be mistaken, though. I could very well be mistaken, but I seen that. I seen that. And plus, he's a little younger, so he has a higher ceiling. So I guess we will see. I guess we will see. They only have Christian Fulton. That was that rookie, right? He could be decent, but still, he's still young. He's still young. I think we're gonna trade it twice and snag a defensive end and left tackle early. I would be down. I would be down. This is. I'm not gonna say it's a year to go all in like crazy, but I say it's a year we really build up a bit. We really start building out because. But then it's also difficult because if you go all in this year, which I think Ballard is playing smart, I think that's why he's not signing a few big free agents. If Wentz doesn't pan out, we then have to look for another guy. If Eason is not that guy, I really want to see Eason in action. I'm not one of those crazy Eason fans who are like, but I really want to see him. I really want to see him play. I would not be opposed to that, but I think we could possibly get Christian Darrisaw at 21. I want Christian Darrisaw. I don't know how to pronounce the name, but I want that tackle so bad. I want him so bad. Defensive end, I'm not really sure. I think we can maybe stay at 21 for defensive end, and then maybe trade up really high, maybe to get Rashawn Slater, because Rashawn Slater's a beast. He's a beast. But drafting up that high, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, he was always hurt, but yeah. I see. Like I didn't really like that because, especially in that Buffalo game, when he went out for not long at all, T.J. Carey stepped in and he was covering Stephon Diggs. And what did that lead to? That led to a touchdown. Would that touchdown have happened with Xavier Rhodes in there? We might never know. But it'd be better if he. I don't know. I think you guys get my point though. I think you do. I think the Colts have to draft Jalen Phillips. Is he that defensive end from Miami? Is he from Miami? I think he's from Miami, if I'm not mistaken. Jale Phillips. Is he from Miami? Yeah, he is. He is. Okay. Yeah, I've seen about him. I think he's been underrated, but I think he had injury issues, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm not sure. I could very well be wrong. Very well be wrong. Since coming up in an hour, but I will go a little longer today since I haven't done one in a while. I always have so much fun doing these. Welcome to Big Pat Sports Talks. Hey, talk about your Giants. Talk about your Giants all you want. What do you think about your Giants? Did I ask you about Kenny Galladay? Do you think Daniel Jones is that guy? Do you think they need to move on, or do you think they need to continue to give him a chance? I think Daniel Jones has some upside. I think he has a chance to be a decent starter. I think he is very solid when throwing into the middle of the field. I think some people underestimated that or don't really pay attention to that as much, but I think Daniel Jones can be a solid guy. He can be a solid quarterback. But I guess we'll see. I think you guys have very solid receivers too. Very solid. You guys have you guys really have some weapons about um so I'm stuttering real bad now. Around him. You guys have what? Saquon, Evan Ingram. I like Evan Ingram, but he seems inconsistent. So, like sometimes he'll have great catches, but then like games like the Eagles game, I know it probably hurts you to bring it up, but games like that, he dropped a wide open pass that could have ended the game. What's up? Of course. But yeah, I'm I am pumped for the draft though. I'm really excited for the draft. Really excited. Who do you guys want most at number 21? At number 21 spot. See if I have anything else to talk about. I'll look at my Google Docs because sometimes I put some stuff in a Google Docs. So if it gets quiet, not really any questions, I could have something to talk about. Um, no, I already talked about everything early on when no one was here. Oh well, someone rewatches it, they'll be able to watch it. Um, but yeah, I appreciate 90 subscribers, man. 90 subscribers. I appreciate everyone, big time, big time. Is there any videos that you guys would like to see specifically? Daniel Jones is an improvement year. I agree. I agree. Now, mm, DJ has a talent, and now that he has weapons, we will see Kenny Galladay, Slayton, Rudolph. Oh yeah, that's right. You guys signed Kyle Rudolph. I forgot. Josh Ingram is too Evan Ingram, I think you meant, is too inconsistent. Oh well, but I believe he can be 4,000 yards. A lot. You probably mean all time. Okay. Um, Yeah, I'd like to see Evan Ingram do good. The Giants are one of those teams I really like. I respect the Giants big time. I like the Giants. I like Eli. I like all of them. See if I could come up with anything to talk about now. Where was that before? I think I talked about the whole defense. Oh, I actually want to talk about Kamoko Terry and some of our defensive line. DeForest Buckner. Outside of DeForest Buckner and Grover Stewart, our defensive line is very unknown right now. Is very very inconsistent. Very wildly like what's going to go on. Who is he? Same goes for Kamoko Ture. I know some people are going to know Kamoko Ture from the Buffalo game. And one of the worst games he could have jumped, he jumped and made that mistake. Now, I really think Kamoko Ture has the talent to be a very good edge rusher. Very good edge rusher. Before that Kansas City game, when he really got hurt, even during that Kansas City game, he was coming off that edge a lot. He was really putting some pressure on. I feel like my hair was I guess it's just messed up everywhere. Oh well. Oh yeah, with the Mokultari thing. It seemed like he was really, really coming into his own that year. I think it was the year after he was drafted. I'm not sure. I think it was though, and he was really starting to come into his own and really show that he can be a solid edge rusher. I don't know. I really want to see Ture do good. I think he deserves to do good. Oh, how do you feel about Tyquan Lewis too? I think he was solid last year as defensive tackle. Was he defensive tackle? I think he played all though. Yeah, I think he came in as edge rusher, and the Colts, and then Frank Reich and Chris Ballard and Eberflus wanted to play him at defensive tackle. I think. I think so. I think so. Robert Mathis is banging the table for Terry. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Kuroko needs to break out if he wants to stay in the league. I agree. I don't know about breakout. Yeah, yeah. I think he has the ability to be a breakout star. Oh, how do you guys feel about Anthony Walker as well? Anthony Walker, Browns. But yeah, I think Kamalko can be really solid. Really solid. He just needs to stay healthy. Ever since that injury, it's hard to come back from an injury, especially an Achilles tear. I think he had especially hard from any injury, but an Achilles tear is one of the tougher ones. It's a tough one as well. Um, so I guess we will see. Big 98 is telling us that our DN room is ready to break out. I feel like he may know better than, hey, hopefully, Big 98, yes sir, I hope so. So, and I remember, um, never mind. I gotta stop talking back then with Andrew. Like I gotta stop it. I gotta stop it. I was about to mention another thing. Oh, and hopefully Ty comes back as well. I think we talked about Ty briefly, but I think the longer he doesn't sign with anybody, I think the better chance he has of returning to the Colts. It's gonna really suck when he leaves. I have a blue and a white jersey of him. I don't want to see him go. I'm like emotionally attached to the dude. Really don't want to see him go, but if he goes, oh well, I'm gonna wish him the best of luck and see how he does. I think the two places that he may go, two top places is Miami and Green Bay, if I'm not mistaken. But I guess he will. I guess we will see. I guess we will see. So Ben Bandigu is another one I want to talk about. He didn't really show much show much last season, so I don't know if if it's worth banking on Ben Bandigu. I think he could be a very solid rotational piece, but will he? That's a big question. That's a big question. Um, I don't know how much longer I'm going to stay on here, but I'll keep answering you guys' questions until I get tired or I have to get off. I feel like Jalen Phillips and Kwoko Terry duo would be amazing. It would, because I think we would be able to get Jalen Phillips in the second round if we moved up a little bit. So I guess we'll have to see, but I think it's a possibility. I think it's a possibility. So I guess bringing back Justin Houston would be a solid idea to really help groom these two guys, Kamal Terry, Ben Bandiu, and the young guys. You know what? As I'm thinking of it more, even if he doesn't play a lot, like a crazy ton, which I would kind of not prefer, because he has those games where he's very good, but then he has those games where I don't know. I don't know. It's tough. But as I'm thinking of it more, I think it would be a solid idea to bring him back and help groom those young pass rushers. I think that would be solid. I think that would be a solid idea. Phillips would be a good ad, but I think he'll be gone unless we move up. Yeah, that's a possibility. That's a very realistic possibility as well. Uh, let's see if we talked about um Beetlejuice. Hey, I think you're new around here a little bit. What's up, man? What's going on? How's your day going? How's your day going, Dragon? I forgot to ask you. How's your day going, bro? Colts are going to see what they have in Wentz this year. They'll have twice as much money next summer if they want to go all in. Yeah, right. That's a good point. That's a good point because you don't really want to go all in crazy this year because we don't know if Wentz could really be that guy. And you don't really want to put all your chips on the table. You don't want to give all your money to a guy that you don't know about. There's a chance he won't pan out. I think that's a good point that you made there. Of course, we have him for quite a few years. I'm not 100% sure when his contract is until, but I think this was solid. I think this was a good point. This was a really good point. Really good point. And plus, mm-mm, oh no, because actually next year we have Nelson Smith and Darius Leonard's contract as well. So maybe after we sign them, we'll see what we have left. And then don't forget we're still gonna have to re-sign Naheem. Still gonna have to re-sign Naheem if we re-sign him. That that's gonna be an interesting one. Do you guys think we should re-sign Naheem Hines after next year? Is it next year? I think so. How would you guys feel about him? If Marlon Mack's gonna leave, would you re-sign Hines or would you draft a running back later in the draft and have another guy? I would kind of want to keep Hines because he's so electric. He's so electric. That is why they signed guys for 1 year. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's true. You'll see. So That's why I'm happy we got Xavier Rhodes back because, as we know, behind Xavier Rhodes, outside of Kenny Moore, it's a big unknown group outside of those two. I mean, because we're eventually gonna have to get someone to replace Xavier Rhodes. Xavier Rhodes is getting up there. I don't know what his age is. I think he's like 32. See how old Xavier Rhodes is. Xavier Rhodes is 30 years old, so he's a little younger than I thought, but still, 30 is getting up there for any player. So, I don't know. We're gonna have to see. Our team is legit gonna look different next year. Yeah, these two drafts are gonna be. Yeah, really. That's the truth. Because if we mess up on left tackle, if we whiff on left tackle, ouch, ouch. Because where are we gonna go in the middle of the season for a left tackle? Where will we? Will I mean, I guess we kind of do have our answer in Quentin Nelson if crap hits the fan for tackle. But then we don't have the depth to replace Quentin Nelson at that spot. Who are we going to put there? I mean, yeah, we have Danny Pinter. I mean, I'm not talking bad about him, but he's a solid depth player. I don't know if he could be a starter. I don't know, but will we move Braden Smith to left tackle? I'd say no, because I leave Braden Smith where he is. I don't want to mess with that. I feeling if we move him to left tackle, I have a feeling he could. There's a possibility he goes downhill. I don't want that. We have right tackle anchored. Keep it anchored. Keep the anchor down. I kind of like that song. I don't know. Keep the anchor down. Keep the anchor down with him. So yeah, you could always move Nelson over there if stuff really, really gets bad, but hopefully it doesn't. Like if we draft a tackle and he's so terribly bad that we really can't keep him over there. If he's like Raven Clark bad, which I don't know if that's possible. Raven Clark, man, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. To be fair, you can't replace a big Q, lol. Very true. You just try to fill in the best you can, lol. Yeah, that could very well possibly be an option next year. If we draft a tackle and he's really bad, and he's really, really bad to the point where you can't keep him out there and he's really impacting the team to lose, you might have to lose Quentin Nelson. You might have to move Nelson over there. You you might have to. Um, even though I'm one of those who are kind of opposed to it. Nelson is so good where he's at now. Don't want to move him. You know what I mean? Like I I just don't want to mess with him. I don't want to move him. He's so good where he's at. I don't want to mess with that. I want to keep it. I want to keep it there. Keep it like that. I'm not saying he would be a bad tackle. I'm just saying like he's so good at his spot. Why move him? I don't know. I think you get what I'm trying to get at. Ballard has pretty much had a different QB every year he has been here. Moving Q would be a big mistake. Yeah, I mean a big mistake unless it's really needed. Um, unless it's really needed. But yeah, we have to take that into consideration as well. I have to kind of remind myself of that as well. How frank I got last year with Rivers sometimes. I guess, of course, a coach is gonna want to go all in and keep scoring and keep scoring. Yeah, you're gonna want to be ballsy, but if you have a quarterback, I'm not talking crap on Philip, but and how Philip was last year, he was so much better than people give him credit for last year. He was so good. He was so good for him not being able to move. I think that's why Quentin Nelson had more holds than people thought. I think that's why we had a lot of holds because Philip Rivers can't really move. So you're gonna tend to hold more, so they can't get to your guy. You know what I mean? You're not gonna just let someone get by you and get down your and hit your 40-year-old quarterback hard. You're not gonna let that happen. You're gonna rather hold him. You get what I'm trying to say. Um, we even had to bring Jacoby in sometimes though. That's that was the biggest downfall of Rivers, as we knew. He couldn't run. The, the one game the announcers like Philip Rivers has his toe injury, might hobble him a little bit. I'm like, dude, Philip Rivers is already hobbled. You know what I mean? It's not like he's moving anyways, but Philip Rivers really did good last season. I mean, well, like at times back with the Frank Reich thing, Frank Reich, I feel like you have to play the best of your ability with the players you have in front of you. Play your cards how you get them. I just said that so wrong probably, but you play what you have. You play what you have. If you have three other running backs that are bigger than Naheem Hines for a halfback dive on the 4-1. I know a lot of people are mad about that, but I kind of thought about it a little bit, and I was thinking they were doing that because they had to try and make the defense they were maybe gonna pass, because Philip Rivers couldn't run, so they were gonna be focused in on the run. They didn't have to worry about Philip Rivers running. So say if they saw JT back there, it was kind of given that they were gonna run it. I mean, JT could still catch it too, but they didn't really do that too much with JT last year. Not that much, but a decent amount. But I think I know you guys know what I'm trying to get at. I'm sometimes not good at explaining things, but sometimes I'm okay. Um, but like I think Frank Reich was putting Naheem in the backfield to make the team guessing, because they know when we have Naheem and we're most likely gonna pass it. So I guess they're playing mind games with the defense a little bit, but at the same time, I don't know. I don't know. It's a weird spot, but like the Steelers game, that was bad. As we know, that was bad. Like bad. Like I want to beat the Steelers so bad. Not just like for me, but like, of course, I love my team. I want them to win. Of course, obviously, goes without saying. I don't know why I even have to say it, but it's just, why would you continue to throw it every down with Philip Rivers and not run? In that first half, we were running the ball so well on the Pittsburgh Steelers, and then we stopped. Like why? Why would you stop something that's working? I don't. Oh my! I like the one sign. We do have the guy we drafted last season. Also, I can't remember his name. Eason, Jacob Eason. Yeah, I really like Eason as well. He has his arm. He has an amazing arm. His issue is, I'll go back to this while I'm talking about it. His issue is throwing on the run. If you go back and watch some Washington tape, I know this because I watched Coach Law with his. If you don't know who he is, you should go give him. You probably do. I doubt you don't. Um, Very great YouTuber, Coach YouTuber, just like Bringing Juice and Colts Talk. Great YouTuber. Um, well, yeah, I watched his film video, and yeah, his biggest problem was throwing on the run. That's ultimately why he fell back in the draft, because he couldn't throw on the run. Like when he has a strong base and he's not disturbed, he's got a strong pocket. The dude could whip it. The dude could launch it, and he's could put it wherever you need it. His problem was throwing on the run. That's why he dropped. And in the NFL these days, you have to be able to throw on the run. But yeah, it's basically, I don't know why I'm gonna say but. There's no. I was thinking about Ver from USC. He's a good guard, but play left tackle last year. If we draft him, now two guys play both spots in the one. You just unlock something. You just, I did not know that. I did not know he played guard before that. So now that I know that, that's that's important. Now, ooh, I don't know. Now it's tough to go from Christian Darrisaw to him. That's a very solid. I did not know that. Now that you told me that, now I kind of want Barrett Tucker over Darrisaw. That's be like our starter, Joe Haig, but a much better Joe Haig. You remember Joe Haig? I stutter. Or that. I'm sorry, but I'm just saying that sounds very valid to me. Yeah, it does to me too. I see what you mean. I get it. I get it. Yeah, get it. I would, I would draft him though. Do you think we go edge or left tackle first round? I think I'd rather go left tackle to protect Wentz because I think there's some upside at our edge spot. Like Chris Maker said, Robert Mathis has been working with our edges, and I think edge is more. It's not as much of a need as left tackle because, as we know, we need to protect Wentz because we know of his injury history. We know he needs to be protected. As any quarterback, he needs to be protected. But I would prefer left tackle. But heard it is deep left tackle draft, so wouldn't be surprised if we went edge than left tackle. Yeah, I get that, but left tackle is not a position you want to put off. You know what I mean? If there's a player there that's a very solid tackle that you think will really translate well and that you know that will translate well, take him. Take him. You don't put tackle off. You don't put tackle off. That's my opinion on it. That's my opinion. Um oh, if Darisaw is there, you grab him. No question at all. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I guess you're right, but yeah, it is tempting. I see what you mean now there though, because yeah, I think Lewinsky is on his last year of his contract this year, right? Coming up. I think so. I think he's on his last year coming up. Because we signed him the year. I know I just brought it up. I know I'm going to bring it up again, but it was the year Jacoby started over because we all know what happened. Yeah, so Lewinsky is probably up after. Yeah, he is. He is. So that would be something. Wait, what is Kenny's more contract on as well? Is Kenny's almost up too? Kenny Moore contract. 4 years. Okay, never mind. I thought we signed him to a 3 year. It's a 4 year, so we still have him for a little while. So we still have like 2 years left with him. So that would be a great conundrum for our guys to have Vertucker or Dershaw. Yeah, it would. It would. That is. That is because the one guy, I truly think that Dershaw is the best fit to our scheme. He is an amazing, he's agile, he's strong, and he is a fantastic run blocker. Now, as we saw last season in Buffalo game, when we had what was his name? What was his name? He came out of retirement. Jared Valdir, I think his name was. Yeah, Valdir. In that Buffalo game, we seen it wasn't a huge difference with Costanzo and him, but he missed a cornerback. He missed a block cornerback, and if he blocked a cornerback, that was a touchdown. And that's what Costanzo would have blocked. Costanzo would have done that correctly and got us. Well, you still can't say Costanzo would have done correctly because every player whiffs. But I'm just saying it would have been a better chance of us succeeding. And it was that pitch on the third down before that fourth down the goal line. So we really saw a difference in that play. And Jared Valdir was decent though when Costanzo went out on us. He wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad. Yeah. Is everything in the stream okay? I don't know why I'm feeling it's once again if you hear the dogs, I'm sorry. It's 5:30, so Chris Maker, where are you from? Are you from Indianapolis as well? Like around like bring the juice, like where they are or where Colts like I'm not really sure where they're from, but are you closer to the Colts stadium or the Colts area? Because I'm in Pennsylvania. I'm but out there from you guys. I mean not crazy far, but I'm in I'm in Steelers territory and Eagles territory, so I guess that's plus right now. I guess so. I'm probably gonna get off here soon. I'm probably gonna go to an hour and a half, then I might get off. But I actually appreciate Valdir. But yeah, that play. Yeah, I don't remember if it was Colts Law that was talking about it. It might have been Colts Talk. I don't know. I get all three of them confused sometimes. Bring the Juice, Colts Talk, and Colts. I get them confused sometimes. I still call him Colts Law. I know he changed it to Lawrence Holm, but I still call him Colts Law. Stream is good. Thank you. Okay. From Indy originally, but I'm in Greenfield area. Oh, okay, okay. Dracula. Well, what? I don't get it. Oh, okay. Fortunately, I'm from PA. Okay, is there like any suggestions that you think I could do better on the streams? Chris Maker, Bearded Juice, anyone that's here. Any suggestions that I could do better? Yeah, I'm a bit lost too. You're not alone, Chris Maker. You're not alone. So, is there like anything you guys think I could improve on? Could the lighting be better? Would you rather? Let me turn this on. Give me one second. That does that look better, or does it look better from before? Yeah, yeah. I have to work on a background. I don't know what I'm gonna do behind my couch yet, but let me know if you guys like this better. If you like the other light better. These are like my LED lights. Better background. Yeah, yeah. I agree. That's my biggest problem. I don't know like what to put as a background though, because like I have my couch right up against the wall. I'll post it. Okay. I actually have a Colts blanket. I could maybe I can do that. I do at least have Colts claw. I try to have a list of show topics when I do my Greek public radio streams. Back and forth. Okay, okay. Yeah, as you can see, I'm all over the place. Colts towel or poster. All right, yeah. Oh, actually, I think I might have an old Dallas Clark jersey. That was my first ever jersey. Was a Dallas Clark jersey. I might have to. I might have to put that there if I can find it. I honestly don't know where it is. I have two T.Y. Hilton jerseys. I don't know if I really want to hang them. I don't really know. I might just buy one to hang one just to put up here. That actually might be a good idea if I like move the clock over maybe a little bit and then put I don't know what. The other thing is bringing multiple windows on your computer from computer sure helps me a lot. Yeah, I've noticed that. See, I've also what I did was I started a Google Doc before it started, and I put a few topics on I could talk about in case like times get slow. But I already talked about them because no one was here early on. So okay, okay, all right. Oh, I loved it. I love this. It's so much fun just relaxing. So let me know. Do you guys like this better? Does my face look like too bright? Too weird? Change the color. How's different colors look? I might. Oh, it's actually not even on. Now it's on. Now it's on. It wasn't even. Oh no, those lines. Those lines that are going through it. Look at my phone. Yeah, that's probably annoying. I'm gonna turn that off. I'm just gonna experiment a little bit. Red. No. How about green? Blue. How about blue? Eh. How does that look? You can get a cheap frame from Hobby Lobby. Okay. Yeah, yeah, I'll probably do that then. In New Jersey in like that, like $5-10. All right, all right. I don't know what what jersey I should hang though. I have. Let me know if you would rather this, just regular white version, or would you rather like nothing? Just tell me of all the things you've seen in this stream that looks the best. Do you think I should just keep the big light on? Paint the frame blue and white? Okay, okay, okay. I'll take it into consideration. I have to find like something to like edit with too. Like, do you know who the Goat House is? It's another NFL YouTuber, but there's a few YouTubers out there that they have like they talk about players and then like they have them up on the screen and then they put like a grade next to it and they go through like slides, I guess. But I don't know. I have to figure it out. They go through like slides while they're talking about it. So like what's on like the screen they can talk about it. So they're not like looking at like the thing that I'm doing is I like make a thumbnail or a picture and I put it there and then I use headliner. It's something that like as you talk it has like it ha- it's like one of those talk lines, those waveforms I think you call them. I don't remember what they're called, but they go as you're talking. That's what I'm usually using. I feel like that might be a little boring for people to watch, so I kind of want to talk more. Like I want to be in it. Like I like this, like the stream, like I'm talking about it, so it's not like boring. But I also want to put like stuff on the screen, so it's not that boring. So like as I'm talking about someone, that player or that grade is on the screen as I'm talking about it. Join the chat. Gonna go play my online RPG game. There's something there to have fun with. You do this main thing. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it big time. Big time. Go house? Yes, go house. Wait. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that. I'm gonna have to do that. I'll try that. I'll try that out. I'll get that stuff figured out. I'm gonna have to because the background sucks big time. There's nothing there. I would like to get all like helmets and memorabilia and stuff, but I don't have. I could if I wanted to, but maybe. I have to see. I'm always open to suggestions, so I'm gonna have to put my email in my description and stuff. People have questions about something, so I'm probably gonna get off here because most of my family's home now. Gonna go spend some time with my family. Um, and then later I have to do schoolwork, so maybe I'll record a video later and have a vid ready for tomorrow. On my recent video, I got a lot of support on it. I got like almost 200 views on it. It's insane, and I really appreciate it. I really appreciate all you guys who showed up tonight or today. So Chris Maker, appreciate you stopping by. Beetlejuice, Dragon, Legendary, the Legendary Dude, Big Pat Sports Talk, Chris Johnson. I think that's it, right? Praise the Lord every day. I appreciate Legendary Logan. Appreciate every single one of you guys. So I have a stream you should check out, bro. Okay. You could drop. You know what? Can I make you mod? I trust you. I trust you. So I'll do it on my phone. I'm gonna make you mod because I trust you. You're always on Bring the Juice, and you're always just chill. I I trust you. Oh, and by the way, I'm gonna add you as moderator. There's a dude Gold. He's one of my best friends. He's a Giants fan. He's gonna come in, like his name is Gold and stuff. He's gonna come in and probably say it like like joke around about Andrew Luck and stuff. Just leave him go. He's fine. He's just gonna mess around. I already warned him that if he's gonna talk like that, many people on this channel are not gonna like him. If he starts talking crap on Andrew Luck, he's not like that though. He's just messing around. But alright, man, that's gonna be it. I'm gonna go spend some time with family. Have a good rest of your day and your work or whatever you're doing. And thank you for stopping by. Peace out, brother.